Welcome to the Blueprint. My name is Ivan Sukram.
I'm Cam Maloney.
All right, so basically what the Blueprint is we're going to be talking about what we think is the keys to winning each game. We'll probably email coaches and try and get some pointers from them. Talk about what we need to do each week to win games. And not just about football. Towards the winter, we'll get into basketball, and then in the spring, we'll get into soccer and baseball probably.
Yep. All right, for the rundown for this episode, we'll start off with captain predictions, and then we'll talk about the blue-white scrimmage, roster changes, new running back room, new coaching changes, and then injuries and just a hot take at the very end.
All right, so first we're going to start off with some of our predictions for captains. We got Vincent Saul for our first prediction. He's a 3-year varsity starter. He's a senior. Been a really good leader on defense. Led in a lot of stats on our defense, and just had a good career here.
All right, next we'll go to the offensive side. Wide receiver Sheldon Galladay. You know, he's been a leader not only on the football field but at the school itself. He's been doing announcements, just talks to everybody in the hallways, just makes his presence known, and he's just been really good on that offense, and now he's really going to have to step it up with his senior year.
All right, for our offensive line side, we got Ty Ravensburg. He's been leading the offensive line for about 3 years. He's a varsity starter. He's kind of been the whole head of the offensive line since his sophomore year. Really looking forward to what he's got going this season. He's put on a lot of size. I know he's got a lot of college interest. Looking to see what he can do.
All right, another offensive player, fullback, kind of receiving fullback position, Colin Corrigan. He's kind of in the same position as Sheldon Galladay. Very vocal, not only on the football field but in the school. Also does announcements. And with Prep's offense, he's going to be playing a lot with the fullback, and he'll just be really important for this team and success each week.
All right, and then our last prediction, we got Angelo Walker at the running back. He's a leader on offense with a kind of our run-first team. We don't really throw that many passes, but I feel like he's going to have a really great season this year. But he also plays slot sometimes too, so show how he can be a leader in multiple spots.
All right, next we'll kick it off to the blue-white scrimmage.
All right, so kind of my thoughts on the blue-white scrimmage. I don't love how we do it. I wish we could just do like a walkthrough. But at the same time, I could see how they want to do it. They want to get guys ready for the season. But also, we've run into issues with guys getting injured in the blue-white scrimmage. Like last year, we lost Roberto Sidzik to a hand injury, and then we had Ahanti go down for the first couple weeks or whatever it was. But those were two really big key guys to our defense that we just didn't have because of the scrimmage.
Yeah. Also, the blue-white scrimmage, it could help because it could really show the team chemistry that they've been building ever since the day one of the offseason this year. New quarterback, just some new guys stepping up. Even though they are very experienced, we have some older guys. We still got some new guys that are going into those roles. We could really see how that'll mesh together in this blue-white scrimmage.
Yeah, I think it definitely gives like the sophomores and some juniors who maybe might not have really solidified spot, maybe on varsity or JV, kind of gives them a chance to show what they can do in a game-like situation. So, I mean, I don't really know how game-like it is. I mean, I went last year, but I feel like they don't really take it like it's a game, or at least the players don't.
Yeah. All right, next, we'll move on from the blue-white scrimmage. We'll see how that spans out, and then we'll talk about it next week. We're going to go to roster changes or roster moves.
All right, so our running back room is not really set in stone right now. We got, obviously, Angelo, we talked about him earlier, who's kind of our running back number one, but when he's playing slot, we got 3 guys who are kind of
fighting for reps.
Yeah, fighting for reps. We got Beckett Klemke, Henry Trashinsky, and Jake Carney. Yeah. Jake Carney's a sophomore, too.
Yeah.
Those other 2 guys are juniors.
Yeah, it's kind of a position unknown for right now for the backups.
I know last year Trosh played a few games, but Klemke was pretty much – I don't even know if he played running back last year.
Yeah, no, I think this is going to be a very different offense this year compared to the past couple of years. I think we're going to see a lot of things that we haven't seen before, and it's going to be very fun to watch.
Yeah, on that note, we have a new offense coordinator, right?
Yeah.
Coach Williams.
Completely new offense. Been working with the quarterbacks. A new quarterback this year. We had Tony Caniglio starting for 2 full seasons, almost 3, ever since the sophomore year. He took the spot midseason. And so we're going to have a new quarterback. So we'll see how that goes with a new offensive coordinator also.
Yeah, we got Coach Williams. Was he the head coach at Papio?
Either head coach or offensive coordinator at Papio. I don't know
Okay.
which one.
Yeah, we probably should have done a little more research on that. Seems like a good dude. From what I've heard from a lot of the players, they like him. He's kind of bringing in a whole new like structure to our offense, making us a lot better, a lot more organized. That's what I've
Yeah.
heard.
I've also heard that he brings the intensity and the energy to practices that have really helped that leadership. And a lot of players have said that he's helped the team like really come together and bring the energy every single day. And now that we have the new football field, they get to have 2 practices a day, either in the mornings at like 5:30 or at night at like 7:30 to 9. So they can practice in the morning before it gets light outside, which has really helped them come together and really mesh together.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely the night practices. I've seen photos of them, and I talked to a lot of players. They feel like they have a lot more fun at the night practices, and they feel like they really get better. Because as soon as you make a practice like not fun, then is it even worth going?
Yeah.
Like that's what I feel like a lot of the guys think about. Our tight end room is also kind of up in the air. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, so the prediction was Sam Dostal was going to start for this season, but then he tore his ACL over the summer at a Nebraska camp. So now it's up in the air like the running back room backups. It's Charlie Addy, Vincent Constantino, and Tyler Miles. My prediction is Charlie Addy will start, but he's also going to be playing linebacker on the defense, so he probably won't be taking all of the reps.
Yeah, he had a pretty bad injury. His freshman or sophomore year? Sophomore year. So I know he's pretty much back from that, but that's kind of one of those injuries that is kind of hard to come back from. So I mean, I guess we'll see what he can do. I'm hoping he has a great season. Love the kid. We're gonna need somebody to be able to back him up for sure. If he's playing on both sides.
Yeah. We'll for sure need somebody to take some reps. Hopefully, Vincent Constantino, as a senior, can take up some of those roles, that maturity role. Or, I mean, Tyler Miles, a sophomore, another unknown, he could take up that role also and become a really good, versatile part of this offense.
Absolutely. All right, so we have our schedule here. Let's talk about some of the keys we think to winning each game. All right, so our first game is on August 30th against DeSmet Jesuit School. They're from St. Louis?
Yeah, Missouri, yeah.
Missouri, somewhere in there. Definitely our keys to winning that game is kind of trying to slow down that offense that they have, use our defense to our advantage.
Yeah, for sure.
I know they've got some pretty. I don't know how to put the word like.
They have some guys.
They have some guys.
But we also do
We'll say
too,
that.
and we've improved a lot from last year. I mean, we've got new guys all around and more experienced guys. We're a lot bigger in size, and people are just saying going into this season, it just feels a lot different than the past few years. So we'll see how that goes. I think we'll have to use our strengths and find their weaknesses and start to take those over throughout the game.
Absolutely. And then our next game, September 5th, is at Burke. I feel like a key to winning this game is to not have any little mistakes on offense like we did when we played them last year. I feel like we kind of got into some trouble. I know we won the game, but we kind of got into some trouble with like throwing picks or just turning the ball over. We need to really make sure we stay locked in because, to be honest, I haven't really heard anything that great about Burke's football. Like, I remember from an experience, we used to go, like, train at that place, and they would be having, like, football practice there.
Yeah. I know. I think for Burke, I think we just have to stay within ourselves and not try to play down and play at your own level.
Absolutely. And then
All right.
our next game on September 12th is Lincoln Southeast, the Knights. They aren't as good as they used to be.
No.
Definitely not. They used to have Malachi Coleman. He
He went to Lincoln East.
swear he went to Southeast.
Nah.
He didn't? Little hiccup there. Well, we haven't played them in a couple years, have we?
We've played them last year.
We did?
Yeah, it was at home, at Westside, but a home game for us. We put them away. Ruby led that game, a couple touchdowns.
Was that the game that Vincent also had a touchdown in?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Okay. I thought that was against Burke.
I don't know. It was one of the two.
I know.
Because we have the exact same schedule as last year, just the home and away switch.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So now we're gonna end with our hot take. Cam's gonna tell us what his hot take is.
My hot take is that a freshman or sophomore will end up winning a position battle and will be a very versatile position on this offense, whether it's running back, taking up that running back 2 spot, or starting tight end, or wide receiver that becomes like wide receiver 3 or 2. That really helps this offense move up the field.
You got any specific guys like who you think might?
I'd say Tyler Miles or Jake Carney.
Really?
Or Ben Leslie.
I heard Ben Leslie had a great season last year.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't have very much experience, but I've heard some really good stuff about the kid.
Yeah.
I would definitely say that Tyler Miles is a little bit of a hot take. I love, he's a great player, but we have so much experience.
That's why it's a hot take.
I guess, but we
Yeah.
have experience with Chatty, and we also have experience with Vincent.
But both of them will also be playing defense, so
That's true.
we're going to need somebody to step up.
Absolutely. You got any freshmen in mind?
No, I don't.
Yeah, me neither. All right. So,
That's it with episode 1,
yeah, I think we're going to end it off there.
and we'll see you guys next week.
All right.
I know he went to Lincoln.
Yeah, that's I thought he went to Southeast.